you doing before the show? Ad sales?
Yeah, I do. I sell radio advertisement.
Okay.
You know, just kind of like cold calling, telemarketing.
Okay. You're not doing that?
No, I went back after Big Brother. I went back to it, and then I got Amazing Race, and after Amazing Race, I went back to it, and then now it's. I've been busy working on some other things, so I mean, in the new year, if I'm not doing anything, if nothing comes, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
You know, I just wanted. I said when I got done, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna take this month by myself. I still do other things, you know, and just spend time with my family, my friends, holidays, and then New Year, if I don't have anything, go back. You know?
It's nice that they're lenient with you. I mean,
So flexible.
amazing.
Yeah, so flexible. So it's good, you know.
What about Jordan, the big question? Is it hard going back? I mean, the long distance thing. Do you think you could ever move there?
To Charlotte? I know, I'm like, I don't know. There's not really too much for me out in Charlotte, you know, and if I think the best fit would be Chicago.
Yeah.
And if I move, like already there's talks of like moving to Los Angeles, so I don't want to make that jump unless I know I have something 100% because I already live there and stuff, you know, and I don't want to just be that guy running around like, hey, I'm in Los Angeles now because I was on a reality show. I never wanted that from the first place, you know, but if there's other opportunities for me out there and I have to go there, then that's something we have to talk about too, you know.
Yeah, that's good. You have a good head on your shoulders. I mean,
Yeah,
for everything that you've been through, you're still humble and down to earth.
Well, I think you have to be, and especially getting back with my friends. It's just, like I said, it's the same thing. So like, idiot, whatever, stupid. I'm like, what? You know?
Did they make fun of you? Like, did they follow Around the World and Amazing Race? They follow
You
all
know,
that?
to be honest, what's funny is Big Brother was like here because it was the first time. Then I'm like, you know, I'm on Amazing Race, and they're like, again? They're like, weren't you just on some show, Big Brother? I'm like, yeah. They're like, that took up so much time. I'm not doing it. I'm like, dude, it's one time a week. Just watch it. So then they fell off, and then Around the World, they're like, what do you mean? I have to like log? Do I need an ID? Do I have to give them my email? I'm like, you just log on with your Facebook, and like half of them even fell off more from that. So they kind of fell off, you know, which is understandable. They have their own lives and they can't watch everything that I do. But
How do they feel about it? Do they make fun of you? I mean, I feel like the guys, you know, they're like laughing, joking. Do they make fun of you with it?
They do a little bit. They
okay.
throw like their jokes in here and there, you know. But I think I presented myself well on everything I've done, you know. So they can't make fun of me too much, you know. They make fun of little. The most is Big Brother, you know. They have like they have all their other characters in the house, like Jesse or Russell or whatever else happened. And then just Around the World, I think they're more impressed with it. Like, how, man, you got to go to some great places, you know. So they think that's actually cool. But then again, they didn't really watch. So
the point of the show is to travel around the world for free. You have 2 cameramen who are doing all the work, the editing, the production.
right.
What you just said that like one would have a break.
Well, so here's what, like the whole gist of the show is just what it's called, Around the World for Free. With the help of the audience, they could write into the website, which is cbs.com/world was our website. They type in, you know, they write in clues, and it's all live, up to the minute, interactive. So when they write me, I could write them right back. It's all live. That's how I get around the whole world with the help of the audience. So my goal was to make it around the world in 100 days from New York City to circle the globe west, is what the route we chose, and then get back to New York in around 100 days. We were back in 100, but it's not really, you know, that wasn't the main goal. Like there was no winning or losing. It was just getting around in those days, and it was all through the help of the audience, without a penny in my pocket, just on the kindness of strangers, and to show the world what that particular person's life through their eyes. You know, so whether it's that person in India. Instead of going to see the Taj Mahal, you're staying in this guy's backyard. What's his life like? That some people might not know, you know.
And you show that there's still good people. I mean, you did it. You had nothing.
Yeah.
People helped you.
And that is if there's one thing that I mean, it's almost bad to say shocked me at some point. There was not one bad story that I have about one person throughout the whole world. No one's like, watch it, you know, whatever. There was not a bad story that I had. It was incredible, and I had no money. No one's like, freeloader, nothing, just willing to help. Like I said, people didn't even know it was a show, and he still wanted to help. It like blew my mind like crazy. Like everyone thinks that the world is such a bad place, and everyone's willing to be like, there's so many bad people out there. Go out there, because it's not like that. People have a different idea of what the world really is.
Has this changed your view on helping other people?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you see a homeless guy, I'm sure
you feel like you got to pay back. Yeah, totally. You got to give where you can. Life is all give and take, you know. And when you have your highs, you're gonna have your lows. So you have to have that medium. And someone helped you, that means it's time for me to give back, you know, and I try to give back on the show as well, like whether it's through charity organizations or things like that. Whenever a charity organization popped up, I was willing to help out, you know, so it's all about finding that medium, and you have to give back, otherwise you're not going to get it in the beginning, you know. The most difficult part, surprisingly, was not getting around the world. It was having my own time, my own space, you know, so I know, like, the first place I went, you know, was like Boston right away, and then I went to DC, and I was like so excited. I'm finally on my journey. I'm doing this. I'm just getting the hang of it. So the people I was with, I was up for anything, ready to do anything, and I pretty much held that throughout the whole show, because as soon as you get tired of some place, like I was in some place for 4 days, you go to the next place, so you're excited again. But by the very end, I think by like day 100, you know, when I was back in the States, climbing up through Florida and Virginia, I think I lost a little bit of like showing my guests like how, you know, how exciting this is, and I was kind of just done with it. I needed my own space, and sometimes, you know, you're always on. You're with a new family, they want the same stories. How's Jordan? How's this? What have you been doing? What's it? And it's the same thing, like regurgitated over and over. Even though I'm excited I'm in a new place, it was like, I think that was the toughest part, you know.
How was it being overseas? I mean, these people, not everyone knew who you were.
No, I think maybe in the States, definitely, you know, because they knew the buzz, you know, so they knew me. I think India, I definitely know. That's how I got my thread started in India, was some lady knew me from from back in the States, and she's living out there with her husband, who's a DJ. So when we came, yeah, he's at a Radio Indigo or something in India. So it's an American station in India. And they they wrote into the website like everybody else. So they wrote in, I contacted them, went there, and they had a radio station. So they blasted it throughout all of India, and it hooked me up with all the places. That started the thread through India to get me through India. You know, otherwise I don't know how I would have got through India. So it was cool. And then the last guy in India, we come to the house, and he's like, hey, so what's going on, guys? You guys need a place to crash? He's like, we're like, yes. He's like, what's the cameras all about? He's like, what are the cameras doing here? I'm like, we're doing a show. And he's like, you are? He's like, someone just told me you needed a place to crash. A couple guys. He had no idea what the show even was. So, I mean, just the people that you meet like that are just willing to help no matter what it was incredible, yeah.
Are you going to keep in contact with some of these people?
Even closer, because we can get an angle like that. There you go.
Will you keep in contact?
Actually, right before I left, I was like going on the internet. I was on Facebook yesterday, and that girl from India wrote me, Erica Jones, and she's like, how's everything? So I just wrote her back. I want to keep in contact with everybody. I feel like I could go back to anybody's house that I was already at, you know, and just be like, hey, what's up? I'm back, or why don't you come stay with me, or whatever, you know. I feel like they're all my friends now, you know, and I could go back to any country I want and have a friend there that would help me out.
You finally got to go skydiving. Where was that?
In London.
London.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that come about?
These two couples, Yoav and Steph, that's their names. And so where was I right before that? I think I was in Germany.
Yeah, because I reached out to my friend. I was so disappointed. I studied abroad there, and I reached out to a couple people, and I was like, here's the link, CBS, and they were like, no, like turned off by the fact that it was filmed.
Yeah, some people get scared.
I was bummed, so.
But so, yeah, just in Germany, like, I mean, the same thing, you reach out to the message boards. That's how I got around. The message boards were my savior, you know. And then when I was on the message boards in Germany, these two people reached out. Like, actually, I tried to contact them from Italy when I was in Italy, and they didn't contact me back till I was in Germany. They were traveling abroad themselves in Spain, and they just got back and like, oh my God, you actually called us, blah, blah, and they were so excited. And they were fans of season 1 around the world for free, so they didn't know me from.
Who was that?
This is Yoav and Steph.
No, the host of the first season.
Oh, Alex Boylan was the host. Okay. So he won Amazing Race season 2, and he created the show with a couple other guys, one of my camera guys in the field, and he was the producer Burton Roberts. I don't know, he was on Survivor too. But those were the creators of the show. And they were fans of season 1. So when I contacted them, they were like going crazy. And for once, someone wanted to talk to Alex on the phone, because everyone's like, let me talk to Jordan, let me talk to this. And finally someone's like, hey, can I talk to Alex? I was like, yeah, for sure. So they were super cool. I mean, I feel like the show was almost over. No disrespect to the people I stayed with in Florida or Virginia, but that was our last stop overseas. And kind of when I came back to the States, I felt like it was over, you know. But what a way to go out. I mean, London was awesome. London was so great. And Yoav and Steph, like, they have this little tiny apartment in Notting Hill, and they don't have much money. They had to pay for me to go skydiving, take me out. You know, London is expensive, so they're so awesome.